Beautiful people, today we are ranking the most overpowered players in all of FC 26. I've got you covered. As per usual, we have broken rank 1, foot champs, debatable in the pine. And all that we ask is drop some love on the video, get in the comments section, let your voice be heard. But without further ado, Adeyemi, I love him. Absolute threat, danger. My first instinct says broken material, at least as it stands. Early doors, early options. That pace is crushing souls, and he's got that play style plus. On the reverse end, Ake, I don't think you need him. Out wide, not fast enough as a CB, undersized, doesn't come with that physicality. There's nothing special enough, with all due respect. Ola Aina, I like him. I don't know if I love him. There might be too much competition for fullbacks. I'm saying debatable. Mohamed Amora on an uptick. I want him in foot champs. I don't know if I'm overselling or overstretching. I like him. He's very much so usable. He's a good performer for an 80 overall. But I don't know. I can go further than this. Balde. That pace is real. That will be an overall theme. Speed this year, highly important, at least in certain positions. It's fast-paced, it's responsive, a lot of counterattacks. There's the chase back. You get the idea. Alba, even at an 84. I like the stat lines, but in-game, I don't know if it's the passing. She's not pushing onward and upward beyond this point for me. Ayoze, would recommend. Good pickup, solid striker. Mid-80s almost across the board for all the key attacking statistics. At least foot champs. Might even give them a nod. At the end of the video, full transparency, we do a review. Players will move. That means don't go anywhere. Big Ronald. That man holds a back line. To the point, to the extent, early doors, my confidence level is up here. I'm going broken. He might be, by definition, through and through. Not the highest rated, not the highest price tag, but the ability is spot on. He reminds me of some of the early iterations of Varane throughout past FIFA installments. Camavinga, solid. And you could play him as a holding mid and a left back. He always has an item early doors that just seems to outperform some of the comp, at least foot champs. Chiesa also going to be foot champs. Some of you might already be turning him into more of a super sub where he comes off the bench, gives you a spark, but the Italian is definitely back in rotations. This Neres I like. Comes with the play styles. He has trickster, quick turns. There's a certain danger, deceptive nature that he has that you can't discredit. To the point that I'm gonna get him into a weekend league situation and scenario. Diaby, burner. Absolute speed demon, speed merchant. If you're building with French players or Saudi league, and he's not gonna cost you an arm or a leg, you're getting good value. Emery, coming with bruiser for a playstyle plus. And just for that, I like him in foot champs. Barcola, he's in squads for a reason. Instant one-man counters, rank 1. DePaul, if you're shopping around and you're looking for options in MLS, links to Messi, Argentinians, you can make this happen, but I'm not going over the moon. Alphonso Davies, broken. Might be your best value for an elite level fullback. As recording, I think he's in the low 20s. I love him. And he doesn't get tired. He's offensive aware, but he has the chase back. He's an athlete. He just feels everywhere. He's got a certain essence on the pitch. I trust him fully in all scenarios. Ederson, this guy is setting up so nicely for a potential upgrade, promo, Evo, just all around good numbers, good stat lines, but he's not elite enough at anything just yet. Dumfries, big Dumfries, I like him. I would recommend him if you want a different type of fullback. Not the best offensively. He wins the majority of the 50-50. He's a very physical player. I wish you could play him as a center back. I might even bring him down to foot champs just to keep it respectful. Doku, the speed and the dribbling is unreal. I can't believe it, but he needs to be rank 1. Has that rapid plus, and this won't last. But as we're recording, day of release, he is the cheap version of a Vinicius Jr. If you want some sort of comparison, you can't stand in front of him. Nothing you can do. Ryan, a lot of people love him. I'm not going outside of foot champs. I understand the dribbling and the responsiveness, the passing, finding space, true center, attacking mids. I get it. Hand in the air, I understand, but this is where I have him. Same with Coman, another early burner, 5-star skills. Easy links as a Frenchie, even moving around, making transfers. He's going for the weekend league. Hugo, causing issues. And you might talk about the passing, but these quick ping pong passes, he can do that. But more importantly, when you get him on the back end of a through ball and he's sizable, he has dribbling, he's responsive, he's just one of those overpowered, undeniable players that has been on an absolute spree. Alanga, we'll go debatable. I know some of you will co-sign. Militao, broken, but you're gonna spend. You're not getting discount deals when it comes to an 84 overall, but the return of investment, the mobility, the quick turning, I like what Militao brings to the table. Dalot, you don't need him. To the Pine with love. Frimpong, packed him, untradeable, love him. In terms of ins, outs, left stick dribbling, and if you want to see gameplay live, I am streaming constantly on a certain type of app that's on screen now. Gakpo, can't believe it. Maybe it's a Liverpool scenario or a bias, not towards me. I don't like them. Maybe EA made a deal. Also going rank 1. And I'm seeing that counterattack with Hugo and Gakpo gone up against them plenty. I think you will agree with yours truly. Hanchko qualified. I like him for foot champs. Teo Hernandez with the move to Saudi, clearly broken. Again, not getting the heaviest of discounts, but it's better than previous years, and it might be because of that transfer. I expected him to cost more. Just throwing it out there. Gabby, quite affordable, fast, footwork. However, there still seems to be something missing. That's how I'm feeling. Vardiol, surprisingly, not bad. We'll go to foot champs. Piero, I think people are overstretching with his actual value, input, output, price points, all the above. Gordon, another speed, demon speed, merchant. I don't get the hype on Gallagher, with all due respect. He's going to the Pine. Ibanez, premium quality. I can't build this up enough. If you have Brazilians, you're going Saudi. You have pace, you have solid dribbling. There's certain confidence and ambiance on the ball, a certain cadence with the Brazilians. He has that. Goretzka, he's sort of clunky. We're going to the Pine. Kolo Muani, and I can't believe I'm saying this. If I hadn't been using him so much recently, he's averaging over 3 goals a game. The output is tremendous. It doesn't make sense. Kudus, there's too many options. We'll take him to debatable. João Cancelo, good for the weekend league. You could start building something solid out of Saudi, just throwing it. Mr. Williams, you know the ordeal. Might even lean up to a rank 1. He's just disruptive. He's annoying. He has a certain presence. It's only early game. We've seen this every single season or iteration. It feels as if it's been almost a decade of Williams in the first couple weeks of any game cycle, causing all sorts of havoc and mayhem, and that's part of his storytelling. It's part of the narrative. James, I don't love him. Didn't enjoy the SBC either, on a side note that's not related to this video. Kunda Nanji, check them numbers, check them stat rooms. She got skills, weak foot, pace, physicality. I like it. I also should have mentioned at the front end of the video, there are no players higher rated than an 84 in this tier list. Kalulu's sort of a sleeper. I've used him plenty. I even picked up an Evo. I'm going debatable. Milos, another fast fullback, Premier League. Jolington, I've seen people trying to make it work. I need a little more talent in the midfield. Kimmy, also for the debate. Loftus-Cheek, if you're shopping around, he's an overall good, solid choice, solid selection. We're just on too much of an uptick already in foot champs and above, or foot champs and beyond. Lacroix, rank 1, best 79 you can buy. The price point sort of supports it. At some point that will go down, very packable. He just meets meta material. Money Mahrez, I love him, but he won't be for everyone. He doesn't give you free counterattacks. If anything, I wish that he could play as a center attacking midfielder, but around the edge of the box where you might need a razzle dazzle, something that's going to give you some talking points. This is the orchestrator for that type of goodness. Lookman, used him plenty. Would recommend out of the Serie A for foot champs. Lukaku, I've seen people trying to bring this back. He does have the knockdowns. I don't see him beyond debatable. Marmouche, wow, broken. If you packed him, if you picked him up, if you bought him off the market, real deal. Not light whatsoever. Cunha, Premier League option, I do recommend, and you're not going to pay much. Way cheaper than I expected for a new transfer to Manchester United, Brazilian. I think that he's faster, and his dribbling and explosiveness is just better than the card value suggests. You might have to have a specific role for him as a cam. That'll be the only disclaimer of the statement, but I would recommend him. Foot champs. Murillo, sort of a similar stylistic approach to Eder Militao, but I would prefer Militao. So that's how I'm having this degree of separation. Rafa Leao might deserve his own category. You will pay a certain premium, but you know why. Furland, Mendy, I trust him with my life. He might deserve better than rank 1. Even at an 81 overall, technically a downgrade, but we know how this goes. He is built for FC or virtual success. In the past 5 years, I can't name a more overpowered player or individual. It does not exist. Openda, problem. He is crushing up top, up front. Again, you're paying a premium, but you're getting something in return. I thought he was just going to be clear pace merchant, through ball only, and he's been able to turn and burn and do a lot more than what you may expect. And he's been able to go above expectation. Pulisic, highly regarded, highly recommended. You can have my American bias if you like, but he's good this year with the finishing. He's got the weak foot. You play him out wide, he is cruising and bruising. Malin, got to be a super sub off the bench with all due respect. Rabiot, sleeper choice to the point that I would take him to the weekend. Marcos Llorente, too many stats to ignore. If you somehow got your hands on the inform, congratulations, you should celebrate it. Tamori, early doors for foot champs, no doubt about it. Salma, broken. Wow. Paris, I like her a lot. You might see her more off the bench, but highly regarded even as just a super sub. 5'4", 5'5", has that pro clubs build. You notice her floating in the attack, and I only have compliments. Chouameni, and I cannot wait for the first promo to hit where he's included. Can play as a center back, a holding mid, a center mid. We love that. Just takes up the middle of the pitch. Emeka would also highly recommend. If you're building Bundesliga, this guy is 6'3", 6'4", holding mid aficionado. Might deserve a little bit better. Anthony Robinson, no problem. Least foot champs. Ramirez, you might struggle to get into lineups from a chemistry perspective, but the physicality, the skills, finishing, the stats actually don't make sense. In theory, she should probably be higher rated than an 83 based on the allocation, but that's a different video and a different story. We'll just leave that here. She's going rank 1. Marcus Rashford reignited. Barcelona movements, 5-star skills, still doing what you'd expect him to do. Another player, if he were to get into promos, upgrades, evos, the 5-star skills, he's got almost a certain jankiness that just works. Xavi Simons, I like him, but you have to play him as a center attacking mid, so you need that position available if you want to maximize what he can do. Udogi also qualified for foot champs. Suboslai, I have used so much and I can't find a position for him. He's not good enough body type wise or even ability wise to be a cam. I don't love him as a center mid. Something is also missing. It just feels off. I've tried him off the bench. I've started with him. I've done a lot. He's going to the pine. I'm sorry. Rolfo for debatable. Yilmaz is a sleeper item, but might be challenging out of Turkey with the builds, though I'd still give him foot champs. Sane, a lot of pace, not a lot of weak foot. Van de Ven, whew, you're gonna have to pay for it, but broken. If you can get him into some sort of CB partnership, I am worried about the long-term price points, but that's not what this video is about. We're not talking value, we're just talking ability. Durham, and I've been using him in my midfield. I trust him. He's certifiable. He's winning all sorts of different big tackles. He's better offensively than I expected. And I will speculate or throw out some hypotheticals. You can already do some early evos. You can upgrade this guy, and that'll just be the beginning. And then last but not least, put some respect on his name. Sanchez is going to rank 1. You just have to bring together the squad. Shall we review? Does anyone need to move down from broken? I don't think so. I feel good about these first instances. It's more or less, are other players gonna join? Who's going up? Is that possible? Mendy, I'm doing that, which means I'm gonna double dip on Murillo. Now we got 2 lanes of traffic. Even Balde, I think he should probably get a call up. Hell of a list of broken players, all sorts of different price points and even ratings. Camavinga, could he make movements? It's coming to mind. Dumfries, I like him. Gives you something a little different, a little diffy. I think Williams has to go up. He also has a bunch of shooting play styles. It just helps. Lookman, you might love him, but I still feel good with this overall placement. Tamori, solid. Emeka, solid. Thuram, he's doing so much for your boy, for yours truly. But at the same time, I sort of feel good about where we're at. And that's why we have a comment section. If we left off players, if you agree, if you disagree, let's have that conversation. I will get back to every single person. And I wish you only the best for your objectives, your packs that you're unlocking. Even if you're spending a bunch of FC points, may you stay blessed from the FC gods. And as always, I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.